All right, hey guys, we are here with actor Johnny Berchtold. How are you doing, Johnny?
I'm doing so well, and I'm very honored to be here. How are you?
I am good, thank you. We are making through it. How are you doing in the pandemic? How was your holidays?
Oh man, well, holidays consisted of a lot of uh, horror movies and cheese, um, which means I have to take my dairy pills because I'm lactose intolerant. But just a lot of horror movies. This pandemic has been it's interesting for everyone, but it did give me a chance to catch up on all the '80s horror films that I have not seen yet, such as Slumber Party Massacre. Um, I've used my Shutter account, my Shutter subscription. Uh, it's very interesting films that I've.
Shutter is great. It has some films that you're like, should I be watching this? Do I not watch this?
But I was like every single time, I'm like, what was the '70s? What was the '80s? Can we go back?
Yeah,
So good.
very interesting different types of horror. And we were talking about this before we got on that you saw Black Bear and then Sunday Night Deadly Night. And it's very different, the two different types of horror. Because
Oh
definitely
my
in
god,
Sunday Night Deadly Night, you see the introduction of slasher horror.
literally. Oh god, it's so good, so good. Black Christmas is like that was my first time watching that one, the '70s original one, because I had already seen the 2006 one with Mary Elizabeth Winstead, and I loved that one. But also, that was like during my Final Destination craze growing up, and I was like,
Ooh, no, that movie is traumatizing.
the Final Destination
Yeah, I
movies.
can't go through a car wash without like being like,
Oh,
oh God, I don't know.
that movie honestly kind of set me up for life. Anything can kill me, so I'm always looking out. You never know when a fridge is gonna fall on you or whatever.
Anything. Oh my gosh,
Um,
wait, since you have a Shutter account, did you watch Host?
oh my god, did I watch Host? That movie, I was really annoying about that movie because Casey, my fiance, and I we watched it, and we were like sweating. We were like at the edge of our couch, like, oh my god. I think it was like the first like movie to be shot in the pandemic, and I'm actually a fan of like what is it, like computer horror films,
Yeah.
like on the screen. Like I love Unfriended. It's a guilty pleasure. But Host was so good. That was also one of my favorite movies of the year. It is so good. Made
Yeah.
me sweat.
Well,
It's a good
it
time.
just also makes you think because like we're on Zoom right now, and then it feels really weird
Like,
that they're
but
using a platform that we're on.
I have a candle right there, burning. It could be summoning. I have a Ouija board underneath my tree.
Oh my god. No.
Uh, One of us gets possessed. I apologize.
Okay, it's trying to be you. You're the one with the Ouija board.
If,
Also, I just wanted to say congratulations. If chat knows about you and your fiance Casey, I've been
oh my god,
weirdly, awkwardly. This is weird, like following you for a while, following you guys for a while, and I always thought you were the cutest. And then I saw you guys. You proposed at the Michael Myers house, right?
yeah. So like our special picnic spot is of course like where they filmed Halloween, the original Halloween. That's one of our favorite movies of all time. I don't know. I mean, like, there's a poster there. We're big fans of that movie. It's like our Bible. Um, and so we usually picnic in front of Laurie Strode's house, and it really wasn't out of the ordinary that we went there and like carved pumpkins. Like that's a thing that we would do.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so for those who don't know, I carved "Marry Me" into the pumpkin and I
That's so
turned it
cute.
around. We had like a pumpkin carving contest. Like I was gonna carve one for her, she was gonna carve one for me. And then yeah, I turned it around. She laughed because I ask her all the time to marry me, so she thought it was just like a joke, and I was like, no, but for real. Um,
Oh,
and then of course we trailed off to the Michael Myers house and took pictures and stuff. But yeah.
that's so cute. Everyone's saying congrats, and then
Thank
one person says who won the contest.
Dude, she did because oh man, I wish
She tried.
let me tell you, she carved a ghost, but the arm fell off, so it was a one-armed
Oh
ghost,
my god.
and she turned it around, and we were laughing about that. And I was like, my heart's like thumping out of my chest because I was like, this is like so corny, and I love it. But she turned around, and I was like, this is the best ever. So we tried so hard to figure out how to preserve a pumpkin.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, there was like a heat wave that hit us like a week later, and the pumpkins rotted so fast, so we didn't get a chance. But Yeah, it was the best, but her pumpkin for sure.
Oh, that's super cute. Okay, now that we've rambled a lot, do you want to tell everyone what you do, just so they can get to know a little bit more about you?
So I uh, moved to LA to pursue acting. So I act in things, but I also make videos on the internet where I kind of like uh, ended up in this niche corner of making like what would you say, parody movie tropes.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah, exactly.
I, I am such a movie fan. Like I love movies, and I love, oh my god, I love a good movie trope. I love a cliche, and especially when like I'm watching a movie and like one of them hits the screen, I'm like, oh, I love this so much. And so in everyday life, I always like parody them. Like I perform them for my friends because that's just who I am. And and I was like, okay, let me just start filming them. And so yeah, so now I make them on TikTok and Twitter, and so I do that when I'm not acting. Um, but yeah, it is a good time. It is a good time.
That's so fun. Did you think when you started making them that they would actually blow up or that the internet would love them?
I just no, but it make me laugh. Like movie tropes make me laugh so hard, but not in like a. I'm not annoyed by them. I love them
Yeah.
because that. I mean, that's like what makes movies movies. Like they became a trope for a reason. Like the girl running and she trips and falls
Yeah.
in the serial. The best. Um, and so I figured someone else. I mean, we all like movies, right? Like I don't think I've ever met a person who doesn't like movies. So I figured someone might enjoy this stupid little bit, um, and I know I enjoy making them, so that matters. So yeah.
No, they're perfect, and I don't care as long as you keep making them. They make my day better. I think I put that on many occasions. I'm just like these videos. They make everything better. I think I actually used one of your videos in a acting situation. I was doing like a final girl line, and I was trying to like use the voiceover, and then I was telling the director, I was like, okay, this is how we need to do it. We have to like make it so cheesy like this, and I showed them your video, and they're like, yes, that's it, and I was like, it's the one where you're doing the different like final girl lines.
Well, that's the best trope. That I mean, the final girl trope is like the best one. That's like my I want to be a final girl like that, so I can get to say one of those lines at the end.
Yeah.
Because it's just so badass, and they're always just so specific and niche, and like, oh god, they're so good. That's so funny.
Yes, they're so perfect. And I was doing this voiceover, and it was a final girl line. I was like, I have to say it, I have to nail it. I have to do it just like that.
Yeah, 10 out of 10. You nailed it.
So,
That's amazing.
what made you want to get into acting? Is it just because you love for movies?
I mean, yeah, I mean that's definitely like what started it. But I think I don't know. I was like always performing for my family, and like, luckily, I always knew that I wanted to pursue acting. So like, I wasn't scrambling when I became an adult. I was just scrambling because I knew I wanted to be an actor, and it's like the hardest thing to try and break into. But I just loved it so much, and I do love it so much. And so I joined like the school theater, and I got to play like Cowboy Number Three, my first musical, and then yeah, and then when I after theater and I moved to LA, and I was like, okay, let's go. But yeah, I just love to perform for my family. I think there was like I was obsessed with Titanic as a kid. Not many people know that because I'm always like all about horror.
Yeah.
But Titanic, that movie, it was more so about the disasters. I love disaster movies. Another fun fact. But Titanic, I was so obsessed with that I would perform it. I would pretend that I was in the Titanic all the time, and I would perform "My Heart Will Go On." And there's a video that my dad took of me singing in my room that song while pretending like going down with the ship on my bed, and he showed it to my prom date when I got asked out to prom by a senior girl, and I was a freshman. So I was like, wow, okay, yeah. Yeah, so I've always I just always like to perform, and
Aw, that's so fun. Your family seems really, really fun, at least from your music videos.
Oh my god, dude, yeah, the ninth annual Christmas family music video.
Yes.
We do it every year, and we just did the 9th one, and we do it virtually because of a little thing for the pandemic. But yes, it is fun. We have good times.
That's so cute. Do you have
Yeah.
a dream character you want to play? Is it being in a disaster movie, a horror movie, or is it just anything you can take?
Definitely anything I can do, but definitely horror movie. Like I think something like playing Norman Bates in Bates Motel, like Freddie Highmore.
Yeah.
That kind of thing would be super cool. Um, Again, I want to be a final girl. I want to say a badass line at the end, and it'd be really ridiculous. And I also want to cry a lot, so something like that. Yeah, I think it'd be. So if I can get all that in one, it'd be great.
Yeah, that'll be your Oscar-winning one. If you have a final
Yeah.
girl line, you're crying. That's it. That's the one.
Okay. Well, what would be your dream role to play?
Dream role. I really love post-apocalyptic, so I would love to be anything that's like zombie apocalypse, like gritty, like super dirty and mud, like you have to like run a lot, and I just want to be like sweating and like fighting
And then you
monsters.
say in the interviews like, yeah, actually, I did my own stunts on
Mhm.
set. I got this really gnarly bruise. Yeah.
Exactly.
Those-
Like I want to be like, man, I broke something doing this film for my love.
yeah,
I
and
did
then
it.
people like discuss that in forums. Like she was so committed to her character.
Yeah.
She really wanted the character. She refused to have a stunt double because she really wanted to be in that situation. I love that.
Yeah, exactly. One of those Leonardo DiCaprio. Man, I cut my hand. Keep going for my
Dude,
art, man.
I love that. I worked with someone who was on set for when that happened.
Oh my
On
god.
I know. I was like, what did you do? Like when that happened? He said Quentin Tarantino was like, amazing, let's do it again. And I'm like, what is filmmaking? That's insane.
Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, I guess I can understand it. I used to do that like when I would dance. I would be really sick, but I would still go perform, and I would still like I'd be going on stage, I'd be like vomiting, then going back on stage to dance. Because their teacher's like, we have to do it. Come on, you can make it. Be sick after.
Yes, the show must go on. I think I did a choir concert with like 103 fever or something.
Oh my god. The performers, man.
Yeah, dude, I'm like, what? Okay.
By the way, if you guys haven't seen Johnny's acting, I showed them Crypt TV because we have a few people from Crypt TV come on here. But you and Looksy, the new Wilds, like you're so good. You're a really good actor.
I really appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Like just something about it. I mean, I think it's just you could tell that you're really passionate about it, and you get really passionate about characters. Do you delve into like character breakdowns when you're thinking about the role you're playing, or like what is your process?
Yeah. Well, yes, I'm very passionate about it. And I feel so sorry for my fiance when I'm like going crazy about that kind of stuff. I'm like, I just want to do it. And she's like, you're doing it. You're fine. But I guess, I mean, yeah, like I definitely like to. I'm learning a lot more about like character breakdown and in classes and things that I've learned and picked up from other actors and people I've worked with on set and. Just kind of finding out who like that person is and becoming that person, but kind of creating a whole mindset for them, which is the one thing that I love about acting so much is that like me in everyday life, my brain is, I always say this, it's like there's like 30 different tabs open in my head at all times, and I'm like, they all are playing sound and I can't figure out what I'm.
Yeah.
With acting, I get to just think about one thing because it's what's on the page, and I get to like almost not being told what to say, but I guess you are if you're reading a script. But it allows me to just like focus on that one thing, which I love so much. Yeah.
That's really great. It's fun to hear everyone's different processes and how it works. I feel like it works in everyone's minds a little different, which is super fun.
Yeah. And like you get your script and you like scribble all over it, and you're like, oh, what is he saying here? Why does he touch his face there?
Yeah, you're trying to break down the psychology of it. Just like trying to break down a person that isn't real, but is also real.
Exactly. And I'm like, nothing in life is real, but this can be real.
Exactly. So getting to know a little bit more about you, do you have any hobbies outside of acting and work?
No. Just kidding. I mean, all I do is like watch horror movies. Casey and I, we just binge watch horror movies. But I mean, anything pre-pandemic, I was all about horror shop hunting. So like we are big fans of like our local horror shops. Shout out to Mystic Museum or Halloween Town in Burbank. And we would go there, and they would just have all of these like events all the time where like this person from our movie is coming and signing, and they're doing like an art show that's themed to Evil Dead, or you know, conventions, horror conventions. Like I miss that so much. Obviously, that's not a thing right now, but doing those things, and then also like I'm sure it's the same for you during the month of October. It's like, oh my god, I do not sleep because I have to get everything in. I mean, we go to horror nights like every single night. I mean, yeah, and then so aside from all of that, I love to write as well. So I found in the past couple of years that like that's a really great creative outlet for me when I'm not like working. Same with like, you know, the making the videos. So yeah, many nights I'll like get super like focused on like this thing that I'm writing, and I realize, oh no, I need to go to bed. I have to be up in 2 hours. So stop. I'm like, but this character needs to do this thing. Yeah, that's I really love writing. That's something. Of course, it's always horror or some dramatic thing, but
hey, that's all right. It lives rent free in your head, so you have to give it out and then make it like make you money because you know you need it to pay that rent.
yes, but yeah, literally, like I have to get it out, and so all day I'm like I have like my notes app, and I'm just like typing things down that do not make sense, but they make sense in my head. Yeah, spending most of my time doing.
That sounds really nice. Sounds very productive. I definitely understand the whole month of October. Just literally every weekend, every night, there's always a Halloween event, and I have to be there. There's different immersive theater events, but Halloween Horror Nights, I always get the multi-killer pass. I'm going, like, I have to go at least 8 times.
Yeah.
I have to see every maze. I have to do the chainsaw chase out. You have to go watch the, you know, you get it. You understand the hardships that people don't understand.
Oh God, I always apologize to people when they bring up Halloween Horror Nights because I like get so triggered. I'm like, oh my God, Halloween Horror Nights. It's like here's everything. It's the month of October is when Casey and I's powers are at the peak. We are so insane. But Halloween Horror Nights is like, it is our thing. Probably if there wasn't a pandemic this year, who's to say I wouldn't have proposed at Halloween Horror Nights? Because that is a special place to us. Like probably during the chainsaw chase out, you know?
Oh yeah, at the Bates Motel or something.
Come on! Like we have our whole thing. Obviously, we do the frequent fear pass.
Yeah.
And we got a whole system. Like we get our coffee, and then we hit this house. Sometimes, since we go like every single night, we'll just go have dinner in the park, and not even do any houses. Just like watch people get scared, and it fills us with joy. Which I don't know what that says about us, but it is the best ever. I miss it so much.
Yeah, I understand. I was so sad when it didn't run this year because every year it's like Halloween Horror Nights, Not Scary Farm, and a bunch of other like I go to a lot of like home haunts and all of that. It's just like what do I do? What do I do with life? Do you have a favorite Halloween Horror Nights experience?
Oh my God, yes, I do. There's so many, but okay, so you must know this too. Like when you have the frequent fear pass, which by the way is so worth it. I don't know why more people don't.
Yeah, that used to actually like sell out. I remember you would always have to be on your computer. It would sell out in minutes, and then over years, it just kind of died out. And you're like, oh, you can purchase it at any time. Like y'all don't understand the deals. Like just go again.
And I get like, it seems like I'm saving a lot of money, which I am in retrospect, but I'm also, I mean, of course, now that we sell alcohol at the event and like, I'm always getting like merch and you know, food. But being like that Horror Nights, like we go every single night, you like start to have these experiences where like the actors start to recognize you, or like on like the off nights where there's like not many people. And so you can just like go in a haunted house like 7 times in a row. And I'll never forget. It was like the highlight of our lives. It was 2016. It was our favorite year. They had like Halloween 2. They had Krampus, Freddy versus Jason, Texas Chainsaw. It was like the peak of Horror Nights, and we went. I think it was either Halloween night or it was either the final night. But I just remember our last house we did was Halloween 2, and by that point, like they all knew who we were. They were annoyed by us because we just keep going through, and there's like no one else in the park, and it was hitting midnight, and we threw this we convinced like the cast to like have a dance party with us in the finale of the house, and we were like so high on life, and we're like freaking out and like having a dance party. Like Michael Myers is there, and like all of these like pumpkin. And then like and that same night they were giving us like candy every single time we came in, and then the one time they gave us a banana, and we thought like maybe this meant something. Like did we cry? And so me and Casey and our best friend Danny, who also does the frequent fear pass with us, we're like the trio that we go, and we're like, oh my god, we have the banana. So every single time we went in, we're like, what does the banana mean? What does this mean? We're so annoying. And then yeah, it's so weird too because speaking of a small world, I told that story on my Instagram stories like 2 days ago, and as soon as it was that trend that's happening right now where people you write like show me a picture of and so favorite Horror Nights experience, and I have this video of us like having the dance party in the Halloween house, and I posted that video, and then I walked into Target, and the one employee was like, "Yo, sick jacket, bro." And the jacket that I'm wearing was made because of that night. Our friend Danny got hand-painted jackets from this company called Hand Painted Horrors, and it has a banana right here, and it has like the Michael Myers on the back, and it's so cool. I love it. And then he's like, "Wait a second, I recognize you guys." And then I recognized him, and I was like, "Wait a second." He's like, "You guys are the people who had the dance party in the house."
Oh
I was like,
God.
"What is happening right now? What is that coincidence?" I was like, "Dude, I just posted a video of that, and turns out he's in that video, like the actor from 4 years ago."
That's insane.
What is?
It's
Yeah,
the
I love it.
universe coming all together.
It's the universe saying we miss Halloween Horror Nights.
Yeah, it's just trying to make a reunion.
Yeah, but I mean, as you know, the horror community here in LA is so good. I love it. I was because I'm from New Jersey, and when Casey and I moved out here, we were super relieved to find like such a strong community of horror fans.
Yeah, they're super super supportive. Like I'm guessing you go to like Midsummer Screams and all of those, and just like everyone knows each other, and people like will think, oh, they're horror, they must be weird, but no, everyone is the nicest people you've ever met. Yes, we are weird, very weird, but also very nice.
Oh man, when I worked at one of the best jobs I ever had on the East Coast was working at a haunted house, like a professional house, and it was like the coolest group of people ever. Insane people, the best people.
Aw, that's so nice. I love to hear that. Wait, have you worked a haunted house out here in LA?
No, oh my god, because here's the thing. People were like, why don't you work at Horror Nights? And I'm like, because then I can't go.
Yeah.
Every single day. But no, I have not. Just on the East Coast. And it was like the best job. I made someone pee themselves.
That's amazing.
It was like, and then you go in the break room, you're like, guys, I should make someone piss themselves. And they're like, yeah.
Yeah, it's a very, very weird experience. But having a haunt family is seriously the best. You should come to the 17th door if you haven't ever.
Oh my god. No, I have to.
Have you ever been?
No.
You never been to the 17th door?
No. Is that in Orange County?
Yeah.
Okay, so I know about it. And we go every single year. And then we just get caught up probably with Halloween Horror Nights.
Yeah.
Next season, 17th door, I'm going.
You have to go. Well, that's where I work. I've been working there for like 4 years now.
It's the best job.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's definitely feel like you want a little bit more of experience in Halloween Horror Nights because it's a little more extreme, obviously. Because like we can touch you and all that, but it's.
So the one that I worked at, we could also
Oh, nice.
It was like an experience, but like what other job lets you take out all of your anger or frustrations on the customer. No, it's great.
Yeah, you get paid to work in a rage room.
In-
No, they can get scared by everyone. Sorry, chat's being funny. We have a question from Rampez. He wants to know, what is your favorite TikTok?
Favorite TikTok?
Your favorite TikTok you've made. Sorry, that was like a little
I've made.
big.
Oh, I'm gonna say my favorite TikTok right now is the one that Casey made the other day, where it's like I'm doing hot girl shit, and then it cuts to her grating cheese. She's fantastic. You should also follow her.
Yes, everyone does need to follow her. She is very, very funny. I love her.
I think one of my favorite TikToks that I made is probably I was doing a movie trope. Beef Girl. Do you know Beef Girl?
I know Beef
It's
Girl.
the one trope that I love so much in like teen rom-coms where like the popular guy like bumps into the the awkward shy girl, and then like it's the first time they like really meet. But I think I had like a bag of beef jerky, and like I was playing like the popular yacht guy, and I was like I bump into her, I'm like, oh sorry, and I pick up the beef jerky, and I'm like, I love this stuff, I believe this is your beef. And I don't know why, but I believe this is your beef. It's like so funny to me. When I said it, I was like, that could be taken so out of context. But I really like that one. And also probably the one where I scared Casey in a skin suit.
Oh, yes, that is also amazing.
To any movie trip or whatever.
I don't know.
That's just me.
I don't know what it is, but you two fighting drunk lives rent free in my head for no apparent reason. I don't know why. It's so good.
It is almost a pastime. It's normally about Taco Bell.
Yes.
Taco Bell, or no, it's usually about Taco Bell. The case of the missing taco is usually a recurring argument.
It's incredible.
Let me tell you, the pandemic has done some things to us.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God, so fun.
The missing potato taco. It's just.
Oh my God, I ate the taco, and that's that. She's yelling. Do you hear her in the other room? She said, "Really don't."
No, we're gonna research it. We're gonna make a resurgence of it. I don't mean to go back to Halloween Horror Nights, but I missed a question. It's very important. It's very important. What is your favorite maze?
Favorite maze. It would probably be one of the ones from 2016, where they had, like I said, Halloween 2. So many good memories in there. I love Michael Myers, one of our favorites. Freddy versus Jason.
Yes,
that maze.
Yeah.
So we could live in there forever. And Krampus, I also loved. I got a couple of the cast members to come through the maze with me one night, and then I also got to go through that one by myself.
Oh, nice.
Really, I love that movie. The movie's incredible. Mike Dougherty, one of the best directors. Probably one of those, but I think maybe Freddy versus Jason.
Okay.
It's just like they're my boys.
Yeah.
So good. I just loved how it like transitioned between like Freddy's world and like Jason's world. Yeah, probably one of those.
Funnel Queen wants to know, do you have a favorite scare?
Oh my God, great question. I would probably have to say. I will say, okay, the one that I think about a lot was it was American Horror Story Roanoke.
Yeah.
And at the end there, they had these big giant. It looked like Blair Witch Project stick people, but they were massive.
Yeah.
And they were all in the room, and you just walk into this room, and that's all there is. It's just these like big stick people, and the one is obviously real, and he's on stilts, but I was not expecting it, and I literally picked Casey up and I like whipped her around. I kind of like set myself a little bit.
Yeah.
I just remember that one was so good, and then I remember, oh God, Case, do you have a favorite one? Oh, yeah, the Queen Mary.
Oh, yeah, I went there for the first time last year. It was fun.
at the Queen Mary, it's this haunted ship, and they make haunted houses on it, and it's great. They did this effect that I started seeing in like other haunts, where they like, instead of it being really dark in there, they make it extremely bright with fog and light, and so you can't see. It seems like you can see, but you cannot see anything until they're like right in front of your face, and it's really good. Yeah. Also, like any, oh god, any, I don't know. I just love the reason I love Harnets too is because they have like triggers, like sound and audio, and that it just fills me with joy.
You just live for them coming out. I know, it's weird to like smile at them. Do you ever just like, yeah.
I'm like, I love you. Good work.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Good
It's
job.
just I know what it feels like, you know, to like get that scare, and I'm like, I always like open myself up to the scares, and here's one. Okay, Horrors of Blumhouse, 2018, I think.
Interesting. Okay.
I know, very interesting. But this one scare in particular, in the section that was based off of, what's it called? The monster is called the Bagul. What movie? Sinister.
Yeah, Sinister.
Okay, and they were projecting like the scary images onto the screen, and like you have to walk past a screen, and like the Bagul like popped out of the screen. I was like, that was so good, and then they reused that every year since because it was such a good scare. But yeah, there's too many.
So many good ones. So many good ones stick out. We have a few questions from chat, if that's okay with you.
Yeah.
If you're still good on time. I know we grabbed for a bit, so I got off a little track. Are you good? Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
I'm good.
Background wants to know, what are your top 5 favorite horror movies?
Oh my god. Okay. Scream is my all-time. That movie is like everything to me. It's definitely what made me want to be an actor, maybe what love horror, maybe love filmmaking. So Scream, Halloween, the OG, The Shining, The Blair Witch Project.
Ooh, okay.
Is very, I know it's like mixed now because like people are like, nothing happens in that movie. But there's something about that like is comforting to me. I don't know, like that movie's nostalgic to me. It looks like fall, and just like the VHS type of like old, camcorder look. I love. We can always just throw that on in the background, especially like, October day. Just put that on, and then for the 5th spot would probably be like, look around. Get inspiration from anything in my house. Like Nightmare on Elm Street or like Carrie, one of those fills me with joy. Yeah, I don't know. That's really hard.
Yeah, no, that is. You seem to have like a liking of from slasher to paranormal to a bit psychological thriller, which is nice. Yeah. A bit of a mix.
Slasher and psychological thrillers like my favorite subgenres.
Yeah.
What about you? What's your favorite horror movie?
Ooh, top of the list is From Dusk Till Dawn.
Oh my god, amazing! They did that at Harnets.
They did.
Right?
They did. It was so amazing because they had a little Richie and Seth get go outside, and it made me happy. And then same thing, I would go every night. So they like ripped out a piece of like paper from their book and gave it to me, and I have it not here at my old house. I just moved, so like I have this like drawing of a cleivra. It's like my favorite thing ever. But,
we love the things that they give us too at the mazes. What's it called? What's it called? Not a postcard.
Oh yeah, the password. You get the password every night, and you get like the business card. They started that when they they started that doing it during Silent Hill, and they would actually give like posters and shirts and all that, and then they started just giving like business cards because everyone got into it.
Dude, I missed Silent Hill. I started going, I think, the year after that, 2013.
Oh, okay, yeah. I think 2012 was my first year. It's probably my favorites. They had like Saw and Hostel. It's just insane. So yeah, I think it's like From Dusk Till Dawn, Silence of the Lambs.
Oh yes.
The Shining as well. Evil Dead.
Dude, yes. And also, do you love Evil Dead 2013?
Yeah, I thought the new one was fun. I
I
don't
love
know. They're super fun. And Cabin in the Woods. I just love the tropes. Like all the different horror tropes. And they just make fun of it.
Yeah.
There's just so many good ones. It's really, really hard to pick. And then I would just like say throw in a newer one. I really enjoyed Get Out. I love Jordan Peele's like weird stuff.
Of course. Oh god. And I love Us too. So.
There's so many good things. Sorry, my brain just went and I was like, oh yeah, Wicker Man. Let me find the question.
You mean the one with Nick Cage, right?
No, ew. You know better than that. Ew. Never.
We don't talk about that.
We don't talk about that. Mandy, he did good, but we don't need to talk in Wicker Man. Classic Carrie, everyone's talking about your choices. They love it. I'm so sorry. Magnetar wanted to know, he wanted to ask you about your experience playing the Unabomber. And, playing the young Unabomber. And how was that? And how was it like getting into that mindset and all that?
Well, it was really interesting. It's always funny when someone tweets me and they're like, "You're the Unabomber," and I'm like,
"No, not like that, not like that."
But it was super exciting for me. That was my first like big like TV thing, and it was super cool because Paul Bettany was playing the older version of Ted Kaczynski.
Yeah.
And I'm a big like true crime fan. Like we go through like docs and like true crime docuseries. And so to be part of like a true crime genre, like that was super cool. It also took place, it was like a period, because I was playing him when he was at Harvard, when he was like a teenager. So my storyline kind of explored like how, not gave justification for what he did at all, but kind of set the roots for who we became. And so something that was really cool is that like Paul Bettany like recorded a lot of my lines just to hear how like the cadence of how he talked. And I thought that was like super cool of him. And then getting on set and like having my hair parted and like being in the 50s like era, and everything around me is like super 50s, and I was like, this is like, there's something about like set deck and like being in the costume room that's like, you know, like kind of gets you there. But reading all of the scripts for the series and like researching about like what he did, obviously what he did as an adult, Ted Kaczynski, like I had not, as a teenager, had not experienced that yet, so I had to come into it as, you know, he's this like over intelligent 16-year-old going to Harvard. He's so out of place, and he entrusts this one professor who betrays him. So like it was more about like playing that that I got to play with, and it was really fun. But like, yeah, it's like pretty dark stuff.
Yeah.
Sort of like the MK Ultra, like the terrible experiments that they did on him and like the students there. It was just interesting. But it was super exciting to be there. We shot in Atlanta. It was very hot.
Yeah, what an exciting experience too, especially like just like loving acting and loving that stuff and loving true crime, and then actually getting to like play one of those people. It's a match made in heaven.
Yeah, and there is something super like spooky about playing a real life person.
Yeah.
And so like, but the plus side to that is that I had material to go off of. Like I could even just looking at pictures of him, like I could look at that and see how he stands, or just like read his manifesto that he wrote and just be like, what was going on in this guy's mind, which was helpful, but also at the same time there's like pressure because like it's a real person. But I don't know. It's a crazy story. It's such a crazy story.
Yeah.
I remember our first day on set too was like a 3-page monologue, and I was like, okay, don't screw this up. Yeah, if there's anything to get you in the mood or get you ready, it's a 3-page monologue.
Oh yeah, those are always like my favorite when I see it. I'm like, yeah, so excited for this. Let me get at it.
I know.
Was that your audition too? A 3-page monologue? Oh God. Oh. Good for
like,
you. Good for you, man.
I just remember I filmed the first one. The first audition was like a tape. and I filmed it in the office of my like first job. I worked in an escape room, and I
Mhm.
was like, go back there and real quick on my phone, and I did that, and then yeah, then I got called back later. But yeah, so that monologue is like sort of ingrained in my head
Oh
forever.
wow, wow! What a thing to have ingrained in your head too.
Also, he because he was so intelligent, he just spoke in a way that I do not speak. It was yeah, so definitely acting there. Uh,
That is really amazing. Congratulations. I'm sure we'll see you in many more movies. Obviously.
I hope.
Um, we have two more questions from chat, and then one special question, just so you know. Blue Pirate, I think that's who asked it, wants to know if you could work. Who's your, like your dream horror director to work with? Or I'll just open up to any director. Like, who's your dream director to work with?
I mean, Wes Craven was
Yeah,
my dream. Rest in peace.
yeah.
The day he passed away, I got so many condolence texts from people being like, "I'm so sorry," because they knew how much I loved him. Nowadays, it'd be like, oh god, there's so many of my friends who are horror directors. I'm like, I admire them and they inspire me. I love Mike Flanagan. I would
Oh.
love Flanagan, obviously Jordan Peele, Mike Doherty, uh, um, Christopher Landon, like all of these like new guys like making huge waves in the horror scene.
Yeah,
Um, say John Carpenter. I would love to do a John Carpenter show.
yeah. Oh, for sure. It's just like maybe all of them. Just do all of them. That works too.
How about you do an anthology series, all of you guys, and I'll just be in every single bit.
It's perfect.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Just show me your stuff
Yeah.
in Crypt TV. You got it. Already done them.
Yes.
Already been in them.
Yes. Look, I can do a horror movie head turn. Come on.
You can be the villain. You can be anything. You got it. You're so versatile.
I will just play it all. Just it's fine. Um, just I those guys inspire me. They are just making such big waves in horror, and I love it. I love it.
Yeah, it's really amazing to see. Just like I love seeing new, improved horror coming out because everyone focuses on the old stuff and they don't really see what's on the new stuff. So I really
Yeah.
like to interview like small creators and where we had a couple of directors come on from Crypt TV and had them just talk about like their short films that they're working on just because it's so amazing and so new and like this is what's gonna come and people just I can't wait.
Horror all the time, please.
Right. Man, I forget who asked it, so I apologize to whoever asked this, but they wanted to ask, what is your favorite piece of horror memorabilia that you own?
That's so good. Behind me. Oh, this is super cool. I got this at Midsummer Scream actually.
Ooh, okay.
All right. Take some off. This is, I mean, obviously, again, I'm a huge Scream fan. I think it's on my sweatshirt. Yes, it is. Um, it's a popcorn personalized.
Oh, no way!
Isn't that so cool?
That's so cute!
I knew the artist. I would plug her, but oh maybe it's on there. I don't know, but it's like I mean it's real popcorn. I'm never gonna make it obviously
Yeah.
because this is too cool. Yeah, this we saw this Casey and I. It's bad when we go to horror conventions and we
Yeah, spend all the money.
But we saw this. We're like, we need to have this. And then probably a recent purchase that went with our Halloween costume, which was we were Ash and Linda from Evil Dead, and we got from the Mystic Museum like this Necronomicon, and every page is filled out.
Oh,
So it's
what the heck?
cool looking, and I want to like display it, but I want to display it closed, but also open. I don't know. But yeah. Oh yeah, there's so much. I don't know what else.
You just
I
have
don't
it
know.
all. You actually inspired me to buy some art because I think you were getting movie posters of I forget where it was coming from, but you bought them off this girl off Etsy, and they do like movie posters of horror movies with quotes on them, and you bought a bunch of them.
Is it these?
Yeah,
These
yeah,
ones?
those. I
You see
got
my
the
light?
Silence of the Lambs one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wait, so which is that? What's on that one? The
Um,
moth?
I don't have it with me, but yeah, I think it's the Moth. It's like the original like movie poster, and then it has all the quotes from Hannibal Lecter and just on the bottom.
I love
But
that.
it's It's one of my favorites. And I saw that, I was like, oh, I have to get it.
That's another thing is like there's so many cool like horror creators and artists that make like original work, and I just need it all.
Fill up the whole apartment with it.
Uh,
Um, let's see if I missed anything. I think I'm caught up. Okay, I'm sorry. I have to keep checking chat, and like I'm so sorry. My eyes are like dotting 5 million places at once. Okay, so I have a question for you. It's very important. I ask every single guest who comes on this show this, so no pressure. But if you could bring any superhero with you into the zombie apocalypse, who are you bringing and why?
Question. Like actual superhero. I can't be like.
It can be anybody. It could be anybody. Anyone's a superhero to you.
Well, then Casey, she's my superhero. But we might get into fights about tacos. So
yeah,
maybe I'll also bring Spider-Man. He's like my. Yes. He is my. I mean, I was obsessed with Spider-Man as a kid. I think my 8th birthday was Spider-Man themed. He's always been like my favorite. And I feel like if we need to yeet out of a place real quick, he'll just be like, let's go.
Yeah.
And then we'll like, and at the same time, just get all the zombies.
The zombies, put them in like little webs.
Yeah, I'd probably say that. And then we just fly out of any situation that we're in. Because that's always like, you're a fan of The Walking Dead.
Yes.
You know this.
Yes.
You always find yourself on top of a van, crowded by a bunch of zombies, and there's no way out. But if you get Spider-Man with you, there's your way out.
This is very true. That was very thought out too. And I didn't give you that question beforehand, so very nice.
Unless you're in a field, then maybe.
You're screwed. But he's also like somehow is like super strong. It depends what Spider-Man though, because new Spider-Man has a lot of cool gadgets on his suit, and he can do a lot of cool things. You can do spider, the little spider arms.
Sure. Yeah. So probably Spider-Man.
Okay, I like it. Spider-Man's my favorite superhero, so I like it.
Oh, good.
We like it. Oh my gosh, you've been so great to talk to. Thank you so much, for taking your time out of the day and doing this. We really appreciate it. It was a lot of fun.
So much fun. Any chance to talk about horror movies and haunted houses? Yes, but also you're super awesome. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you. Yes, anytime you want to talk about any projects or just haunted houses or anything in general, I am down. Literally all I talk about, and people they understand, but they get annoyed sometimes. So thank you for coming on and talking with us about it, so we can shove it down their throat to go.
Well, good. Post-pandemic, we'll have to go to Horror Nights, and I'll have to come to 17th Door.
Yes, perfect.
More horror.
We'll make it happen. I'm at Halloween Horror Nights any day. I'm not at 17th Door or Not Scary Farm, so I got it. I'll see you there. Do you have anything? Where can people follow you? I have all your stuff going on in the chat. I have your Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. But is there anything else you're working on or you want to say or plug for the people to go find you?
I mean, I have some things coming out. The industry, you don't know when.
Yeah.
But if you're interested and you follow me on those things, I will always update as much as I can. One thing I'm super excited for is this movie that me and my friend shot literally to the day last year over New Year's. We shot a horror movie, just a bunch of people who love horror and acting and filmmaking. We shot a horror movie and it came out so great. And I'm super excited for that. Should be coming out, I don't know, sometime soon. But definitely I'll keep people updated on those platforms. But yeah.
Perfect. Yes, guys, seriously, go follow him. Go follow Casey. They're both extremely funny. So if you need something to laugh at too, just they're extremely funny. I'm not kidding you. I can't tell you the amount of times I've weirdly just watched you talk to your friend about dancing. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure you guys are both drunk or something. But I just anytime I'm feeling down, just watch you guys talk about LaGuardia, and it just it makes me laugh.
That's an example of me doing that thing in real life because someone's filming. So I swear that I do that in real life, and if that's a good or a bad thing, I don't know. I apologize to all my friends, but my friend Shay seems to have enjoyed that. He was laughing so hard. Just ridiculous. We have fun.
I'm sure they enjoy it. I'm sure they enjoy it. Well, thank you so much. You stay on for 1 second. Chat, I will be RB. You know the drill. Thank you again so much for coming on. Bye.